Hello everybody, my name is Divvi Asshidiq and I am from 3A. So following the previous discussion and that is about chapter 26, Riding a Winged Horse, now we are going to dive into chapter 27, Growing a Vocabulary. So this chapter is an in-depth guide to understanding and expanding our vocabulary, a skill that is vital for effective communication, especially for public speakers. We'll uncover practical strategies, inspiring anecdotes, and exercise to build a rich and persuasive vocabulary. Now, after said that, let's go to the first slide. So, this slide is an introduction to vocabulary. So, vocabulary isn't just about knowing words, it's about mastering their usage to express thoughts with clarity and impact. These chapters make an important point. Public speakers, like poets and writers, need words that evoke power, emotion, and vivid imaginary. For example, it emphasizes that a skilled speaker often chooses a word signifying energy, speed, and colors. Imagine the difference between saying the car moves fast versus the car jeeps through the street with a lightning speed. The second example brings the imaginary to life. So the takeaway, words are tools and mastering them is an essential part for impactful communication. So, following the previous slide, now we are in the third slide and that is forming the book note habit. So, one of the most effective strategies to grow your vocabulary is the book note habit. This involves jotting around unfamiliar words you encounter, researching their meanings, and practicing their use. The chapter shares a powerful tip. Use a new word accurately 5 times and it is yours. So think about how this habit works. Imagine encountering the word a fifth person. First, look it up. Then, challenge yourself to use it in 5 sentences. For example, her effervescent personality lit up the room. By the fifth time, the word will feel natural. This method isn't just about learning new words, it's about making them a part of your dynamic vocabulary, which brings us to the next concept and also the next slide. So, following the previous slide, this slide is about latent and dynamic vocabulary. The chapters introduce us to two types of vocabulary. The first one being latent vocabulary, which are the words that you recognize and understand, but doesn't actually use. The second one is dynamic vocabulary, which are the words that you can confidently use in speech and writing. So the goal is to transform latent vocabulary into dynamic vocabulary. How, you may ask? Well, it's through consistent practice. Now, let's consider the word resplendent. You may know the word means brilliance or shining brightly. But unless you use it like saying, the bride looked resplendent in her gown, it will stay in your latent vocabulary. Now, this transformation requires conscious effort and consistent practice, making your vocabulary not only extensive but also accessible. So, this slide is more like the continuous from the third slide. While the fourth one is talking about the latent and dynamic vocabulary, this one is talking about the tools that can be used for the strategy in the third slide. Now, about the tools, the chapter stresses the value of reference book. A dictionary is more than just a collection of definitions. It is a treasure trove of precise meaning and nuanced usage. For example, consider the word mental. It can mean a cloak, a covering, or even a responsibility, as in the mental of leadership. Understanding this subtle distinction enriches your ability to communicate effectively. The chapter also highlights the importance of synonym guides. However, it also cautions us to pair them with dictionaries because no two words are truly identical in meaning. Words like thief, robber, and marauder all involve stealing but convey a different level of severity and context. Mastering this distinction ensures accuracy in communication. Now, let's go to the next slide. So these chapters will explain about why searching for the right word is important. Precision is a recurring theme in these chapters. One of the most inspiring stories is about Tommy, who was writing an essay and spent nearly an hour searching for the perfect word to describe a middling full church. He rejected the words like max, which implied the word was packed, and churan, which suggested it almost empty. Finally, the word hentel, meaning of a number, came to him. This relentless pursuit for the right word demonstrates the level of care and dedication required to communicate with accuracy and impact. The lesson here: never settle for a close enough. Search for the word that truly fits your meaning, even if it takes time. Now, this is the second to last slide. So, this slide is about studying and practicing words. Now, to build a vocabulary that stands out, the chapter suggested several strategies. The first one is to discuss words with a knowledgeable individual to gain a deeper insight into their meaning and usage. The second one is to study prefix, suffix, and roots. For example, the suffix in mastery and masterful give these two words entirely different meaning. The third is to analyze words' origins. English is a rich language influenced by many others. Knowing the history of words can inspire a unique way to use them. Now, let me share an example. The word enthusiasm came from the Greek word entheos, which means possessed by a god. Understanding these origins might influence how you use the words in your speeches or writing to evoke its full depth. And finally, this is the last slide. So, in summary, building a vocabulary is more than just learning a word. It's also about mastering their nuance, seeking precision, and using them with purpose. As the chapters beautifully demonstrate, words are not just tools, they are the foundation of powerful communication. And that is all for me. Thank you very much for your attention.